you tell the folks who you are and what you do and what your relationship is with this program?
Well, I'm a licensed professional counselor. I have a practice in Cary, North Carolina. And I have about 6 years of working with prisoners in my resume. So when I was approached about being a part of this show, I was, of course, excited because I think there's so much work to do still in our prison system. I don't know that the United States is quite where we want to be in terms of how we process prisoners and bring them through the system. So I'm excited that you guys have put together this sort of format to help that population.
Well, I have to say that Tony Springs, who brought me in, asked me about a year ago, and kudos to Chapel Hill in Orange County. They had basically something akin to a job fair where they brought out the 30, 40, 50 different resources throughout Chapel Hill and Orange County and basically had them all there and had people come through and sit down and talk and engage, and I interviewed every one of them. What have you seen?
Well, I think one of the words that's most misused around the prison system is the word rehabilitation, because a lot of these people coming out of the system have never been habilitated. So we can't rehabilitate when there was no habilitation.
Mm-hmm.
So the answer to the problems that we see in the prison system actually go way before anyone gets into the prison system. That's a whole different show, right? But providing resources and mental health support for prisoners, I think, should be a key component of the processing system.
Now, we were talking before we started, and you said that you did do 5 years of volunteer work in Indianapolis. Can you share with us what that was like?
Well, it's interesting because that particular volunteer work was through jail systems. So I wasn't in the prison system. When I later was employed by a charitable organization that worked in the prison systems, you begin to see the different cultures that take place, not only just between men and women, young and old, but then also the difference between the prison system and the jail system. The jail system, actually, in my opinion, has more issues than the prison system, because the jails are often a transitory spot, right? So you're mixing maximum security federal crimes with minimum security crimes. Some people are stuck there in limbo for months when they're really only supposed to be there for a week. They don't get their basic necessities met sometimes in some of the jail systems. I remember working in the jail system in Indianapolis, and there were women there that weren't getting feminine products on a monthly basis and having to makeshift items. So there's a certain level of neglect in the jail systems that I think differ than the neglect that we see in the prison system.
Sure, and I would say again, kudos to Chapel Hill and Orange County for being collaborative with the communities to even have these programs out there, because, and correct me if I'm wrong, if you don't have community nonprofits working in collaboration with our correction center, there's going to be some breakdowns, you think?
Absolutely. And I think the other thing is that there's so many problems, so many layered issues within the system of the prison. I mean, you've got the mental health issues, you've got family cycle issues, you've got human rights issues, you've got basic necessities being met or not met, and then you've got the bigger overarching issue, which is how much care and concern are we allowed to give to a population that is causing harm in society? And then how many people in the prison system are being charged at the level for the crime that they actually committed?
Sure.
Because now we're getting into race issues and class issues,
sure.
Which is, again, a whole nother topic. But it's so complicated that I think it's important that shows like this are coming to the forefront so that we can begin to unravel some of those systemic problems.